So last week, Batwara 1947 released and Awarapan 2 released. Which film is doing what? How is the box office collections?
Actually, Awarapan 2 is a sure shot winner in this clash because it has an amazing business. The first day when it opened, it was like one of the biggest openings for an Emraan Hashmi film. It was 22 crores opening. It was huge. Whereas, if you compare Batwara 1947, it opened with 5.75 crores, which is too less for a film of Rajkumar Santoshi and Sunny Deol. Second day, that was the Independence Day, 15th August. On that day, it was 33.75 crore. That was amazing, super impressive for Awarapan 2. And the third day, it was on 26 crore. On the weekend, the first weekend of Awarapan 2 was 81.75 crore, which is just super amazing. Whereas if we compare Batwara with Awarapan 2, the first weekend was around 26 to 27 crore, which is far too less for a film of that stature. When we compare, again, the budget of Awarapan would not be more than 40 crores, whereas the budget of Batwara 1947 is approximately 150 crores. So we were expecting the weekend of not less than 100 crores. Now when we are getting a collection of around 26-27 crore, we will say that the film is unsuccessful, whereas Awarapan 2 is amazing. It's something which we never thought of, and it has not only served the multiplexes, but it has also worked for single screens.
What do you think worked in favor of Awarapan 2?
The script and the nostalgia. Thirdly, the timing. Independence Day vacation, that holidays are a big family vacation where people go enjoy films. At that context, basically Batwara, when the negative publicity or the word of mouth was negative for Batwara, it also helped Awarapan 2. Secondly, the trailer which was released just a week before the release, it was talk of the town. Everybody was raving about it. And suddenly in that 7 days of the release, the buzz which Awarapan 2 created, it was such humongous that people just thronged to theatres. And that also worked. Thirdly, it has a certain nostalgia. That Awarapan has a certain nostalgia. Thirdly, Emraan Hashmi as an actor was always having a great fan following, but he was not getting the right films in last 8 to 10 years. But this film served as a category breaker of all the films which he was doing. So I think first was the audience connect. Second was dearth of a right film. This came as a right film for everybody. Third was Emraan Hashmi as a crowd puller. And the fourth and most important thing is the franchisee strength. The strength of the franchisee always helps. If it is second part, people will always come only for the sake of, because they have watched the first film. So it is 19 years gap, still this film performed, and that is a great thing.
Batwara, despite having Rajkumar Santoshi and Sunny Deol, Shabana Azmi, Preeti Zinta, yet it did not click with the audience. What is the reason?
The reason is it was very dated. Firstly, the play on which it is based, Jis in Lahore Nahi Dekha, it is a very serious play. Secondly, there are several reasons. Second reason is there was a lot of emotional drama which the audience of Sunny Deol are not used to. They want some drama which has some action into it. So it was more of a emotional drama rather than an action drama. That was second. Thirdly, Rajkumar Santoshi as a director, he has been great director during his Damini and Ghayal and Ghatak days. But now his direction is too old school. So that is also not timely. It is not updated. That is the third. Fourthly, the subject of partition is not very upbeat for the film goers. They want to enjoy films. They want to have some entertainment. They want to have some good time. So a film which is too serious, like Damini was serious, but there was certain drama, and that action drama was something which was pulled. Here that action drama was missing. So that particular connection was missing. Also, what people expected out of the film. It has to be a certain film, the way he has done Gadar or Jat, of that context. So people were not finding it. So very importantly, the subject was too serious, direction was outdated, there was not great music, even the story of partition doesn't have that upbeat value for which a moviegoer goes to cinemas. So there were several reasons, and at the end of the day we will always say that if the film is good, it works. If the film is not good, people reject it. So obviously the film is not up to the mark.
You told us about the weekend collection, how the film on Monday.
Monday was amazing. If you talk about Awarapan 2, on Monday it was able to do 9.25 crores, which is humongous. So in 4 days it has come to 91 crore now. So on Tuesday it will reach to 100 crores. So in 5 days, if Emraan Hashmi film is making 100 crores, that is a great number. On the other hand, if you talk about Batwara, Batwara was on meager 2 crores on Monday. So the drop of Sunday, it was on 7.25 crore. On Monday, it is only on 2 crore. So overall, 4 days collection of Batwara is now 28.5 crore, which is too less. We will say that audience has rejected the film. So when we compare Awarapan, which is going on 9.5 crore, and when we compare the same film with Batwara, which is on 2 crore, it simply shows the strength of the film. So obviously, Awarapan 2 has emerged as the winner of this film, of this clash.
Also, now this week no good film is coming. The next week is Toxic is coming. So do you think 2 weeks for Awara will be too good for it because it can?
Of course, the 2 weeks window is amazing window. See, this film will be able to do their 100 crore on their 5th day. Then it has got another week coming up. So it has got more 8 to 9 days with it. So that will be again not only, but at least it will add on 60 to 70 crore for this film. So if it goes to 150 or 160 crore with a great weekend, coming weekend, so I think that is a great window for any film. So 2 weeks window should be always there for any film, and it has got it. So that by the time Toxics comes in, it will be exhausted with obviously with 160-70 crores, and it will be streaming out. Also, the interesting part is, in spite of both these films running, Spider-Man is still doing great numbers. It has already crossed 400 crores and it is doing great numbers. So irrespective of both these films, on Monday even Spider-Man was strong. So we can always say that there is always a room for all the great releases. If the films are better, they are good, then people throng to theatres.